Hi, it's John Flynn from Copley Advertising, and it's never too late for truth and integrity. Gary Vaynerchuk, original #1 member, the Copley Advertising Hall of Fame, talks about empathy, truth, integrity in his business and how those have become pillars of who he is. And, you know, I've listened to a lot of Gary. And, you know, when I got fired from the ad agency I worked for about 2 years ago, a little more, you know, I wanted to start my own company. So I did. But the one thing I wanted to do was change. I've been in so many sales jobs for so long that, you know, I was always been a good salesperson in the sense of trying to help my customers, but it's just the models I was under were just so horrific of, you know, just, you know, it was, you know, the panic and the fear. I mean, I think that's the worst, I mean, the trap that a lot of salespeople fall into is just the panic and the fear. So, I mean, I just, you know, saw it all the time. Is that, you know, somebody would go and like, hey, you know, do you want to buy this for $10? They're like, maybe, you know, I'm thinking about it. And then you would just keep calling that guy like every day for a year. And so, you know, and then you get to some people who just like, you know, kind of liked it and they were like, oh yeah, maybe, and this would keep telling you that forever and you know, just drive you crazy. And then when they said, I want it for 10 cents, you gave it to them for 10 cents instead of $1 because you wanted to make a sale. And then run into your sales manager's office and goes, look, I made a sale for 10 cents. I'm a great sales rep. So, I mean, that's kind of the yin yang of sales in a sense of, you know, you got to be productive in sales. It's hard to get around it. So it's like, you know, you're a salesperson, you have to sell. So, you know, that's just the effect of life. But in the sense of having the courage to sell the way you want to sell is hard because when you work for somebody else, they might not be as empathetic or forward thinking as other companies are. So you don't get points for the setup. You know, it could be working with somebody for a couple months trying to figure out the best deal for them, and then you know, if you're not closing it, then it really doesn't count on the board. So when you're doing it for so long, and you know, I'm 55. So, you know, you think there's really no sense of redeeming yourself from doing something better or something different. It's too late. You cast in stone. But you're not. So, I mean, that's a great refreshing thing I have from working for my own company is that I found myself, and you know, you listen to people like Gary Vaynerchuk and other people, and it's like you get the kind of help you get a little bit of the courage to put you over. But I've just been in more and more situations where I've turned down the business, and sometimes that's painful. You know, I turned down a $10,000 deal. That was painful. But it was the right thing to do because I wasn't the right fit for the customer, and I told them that, and I actually referred them to somebody else. So. You know, it's satisfying, you know, in most of the ways very satisfying because you're just like, I know over my experience that if I take this job that it's going to not deliver the results you want and make my life miserable because I'm going to be trying to force it to make it the results you want, and I know it's not. So it's like, you know, this is just a horrible situation. So why put myself through that? So I'm not going to take the business. And they're like, you're not going to take the business because I know too many sales reps say I'm not taking the business. But I do, I'm not taking the business. So, I just want to, you know, let people know it's not too late. You could have, you know, integrity, you know, I always want to do a good job and I'm upfront with my clients. But integrity also means integrity of yourself and truth for yourself. Is that you no longer, you don't have to, you know, put on this facade and, you know, the best sales rep, you know, is the one who just looks the people in the eye and tells them the truth, you know, what the options are and what's going to work and what's not going to work, you know. The customer has something in his mind or her mind of what they want to work, and sometimes that they can or can't. So, but in a way too, I mean, if we're kind of clear on the boundaries, and they go, oh, I really want to do mobile marketing, and I'm like, okay, you could do mobile marketing, but you have to understand very clearly that I can deliver impressions to your landing page and be successful with the demographic and behavior and the geotargeting. But for the exact thing you want them to engage in and proceed from, that is not going to happen. But I will deliver, what you want to where you want it. But I'm just telling you that next step is not going to happen. Do you still want me to do that? And they're like, yes. And I'm like, okay. So, on Monday, I'm going to give you a report. And the report's going to state that, here's the impressions going to the place you wanted to. But it would also state that 0 conversions are going to happen because of the way you want them to happen. Are you good with that? Oh, yeah. In that case, I'm like, okay. In other cases, I want it. It all depends on a case-by-case basis. But, working for, and it's easy for me to say that because I work for myself. So it's like, when I go look at my, spreadsheets and I don't have any money, I can go, who was that sales rep? His truth and integrity line is not working. So, but if you work for somebody else, it's very difficult because you go on these weekly, quarterly meetings and you get yelled at all the time. So, it's a yin yang thing. You have to balance it out. But it just happens, and I'm courageous to start my own business and do things like that, and it's going well. But I mean, I'm lucky enough in my life that this happened. Everything seemed to fall in a situation I wanted to do this 25 years, and I couldn't. But this is all fell in the exact situation I wanted it to, or happened to. So then I took advantage of it. But so I can now kind of rebirth myself, and I'm very happy about that. And it also gives me the freedom. It's a lot. I mean, it's very stressful to have your own business, but in the sense that stress in the office, worrying about the sales manager and that's gone. I mean, I don't have it. So I dictate my own plans, and I'll talk to somebody on the phone for 20 minutes. And after that conversation, if I don't think we can move forward, then I won't move forward. I'll be like, I don't think I can help you, but I'll tell you who can, and give them some names and numbers. So, or I could tell them that here's a different plan we could do. It's not going to do exactly what you want, but I feel more comfortable pitching your plan, and that's great. So it's not too late. Not too late. I mean, you could wash away your sins. It's a great thing, right? I mean, you could just wake up and wash. There, I'm cleansed. I have my integrity and truth back for today. I may lose it by the end of the day, but I'll wake up tomorrow and I'll have it back again. So don't think you can't change. Don't think it's too late. It's never too late. Never too late. John Flick, Copley Advertising, give me 1 month. 1 month of my mobile marketing campaign and I will fix it.